the impact of development is real.
It's real.
That people recognize development and people will vote according to the benefits of development.
Yes, not propaganda and lies. Because for how long can you tell people that you build a university and they cannot see the university at the site where you cut the sod? For how long will you tell people that you are giving them free exercise books and free uniform, where majority of the people in the area do not see free uniforms? Where in every community, particularly in the villages, there are schools still under trees. And you continue to tell people that you are removing schools under trees. In which communities have they removed the schools under trees in the Volta region? They should publish the list for us all to see. If it is in my community, then I'll know, yeah, truly this has happened in my community. It's all propaganda. When you talk about development, then you talk about school under trees, free uniform. Is this development? People are looking for jobs, and you say free uniform, free exercise books. Under HIPIC, we distributed free exercise books. They are still around.
Those were social interventions.
Social interventions.
Not classified as development
projects. No.
As it were.
No.
So for you, probably in the Volta region, the biggest bone of contention is the university.
It's a major issue because there is nowhere in the world that a university belongs to a particular region or geographical area. No. University is it's a national asset.
Yeah.
So when you create the impression of the propaganda, as if the university is for the people of the Volta region, what is the guarantee that when the university is completed, it is only the people of the Volta region that will attend that university?
Oh, but maybe it's because of the locational advantage.
The location, probably the social and the economic benefits that will come with it.
Exactly.
That is why we are all expectant.
Yes.
That is why everybody is looking up to it.
Yes.
Okay. That is why our chiefs, revered chiefs, and opinion leaders went into the forest to cut the sword. So by the end of the day, you deserted the site, only to start, salvaging some makeshift, structures. And some expanded project that is going on at the hospital.
Yes.
And tell the people that is the 80% completion of the university project. If it is not an insult, then I don't know what it is to the intelligence of the people.
So this is what you mean by the site.
That is the site.
If you can pick this up.
I challenge the government and everybody that tomorrow we all go to the site at Sokode.
This is the real site of the...
Between Sokode, Etue and Lokwe.
Where the sword was cut.
Yes. Following the criticism and the noise, then they move in to clear the place. Otherwise, people have even farmed there.
You can see in this one, somebody has a small hut there and is salvaging gravel.
Yeah, they have started cracking stones.
This is where you say they are taking over the nurses' quarters, which was developed by
the previous government, Kufuor's administration, completed as far back as 2007. These are nurses' flats that we built.
So is this the claim for 80%?
That is what they claim to be 80% complete.
So this is the supposed 80% completion.
That is what they claim.
What exactly is that project?
That is nurses' flats. Nurses' flats meant for our nurses. We hear some nurses even traverse between Akosombo and Ho. These are their flats. And this government decided to annex it.
So these are nurses' flats meant for nurses working in the whole hospital. And they were developed by the Kufuor administration. When were they finished?
As far back as 2007.
Have they been occupied by the nurses?
They were just about occupying it.
And are there people in there now?
Nobody is there. They have taken over the place.
For the university.
Yes, of course.
This is the 70% complete.
And that is what they have been showing on telly and everywhere.
We'll take our first break. And when we come back, we'll continue to review the listening tour and the issues at stake when it comes to elections in the Volta region.
the Barclays Premier League. Book your VIP seats on the Joy Sports channel, only on Multi-TV. No monthly bills, just thrills. The Barclays Premier League.
Welcome back to Minority Caucus. Tonight we are looking at the fate of the World Bank turned Rural Bank and the impact of Nanado's listening tour. I have a very distinguished visitor with me in the studio. Kenwood Nuosu, for the past 10 years, has been regional chairman of the MPP in the Volta region. Before then, held various positions. A veteran of the party in the region. He knows what's happening. He understands what's happening in the region. And he was on the tour with Nana. We'll take our second insert and then we'll go back to discussing what happened.
And these are men who are fighting endlessly for us to win the election.
We appreciate you are coming here. Though it is an impromptu visit, so we welcome it. So we are grateful you are among us. So we look forward to the better thing for Ghana. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We pray that everything will work for me. And the election in Ghana will not speak. No doubt, no nothing. Peaceful election. That's all. Yes.
Aflaw Highway Chairman.
This is Aflaw Highway Secretary.
Yeah, Joshua Commander, Vice Chairman.
Benjamin Agbanyo, First Trustee.
Okay. So as he said, I'm visiting the club. Decided to come and pay our respects to you. I want you to help me. We can do a much better job than we are doing now. Bring some prosperity to our country. All of us can feel better. We can do it. We have the people. I have the courage. We can do it. I need your support. Thank you. That's why
I want to ask you a question. I have a message for you. Honorable, I have a feeling that next year you are going to be the next president. It's true, nothing changes. But to represent the drivers in Ketu South, I want to know from you, I want to know the legitimate plans that you have for, or a vision that you have for drivers that will change the system for the drivers.
We can do better about policing our roads. There's no reason an accident car can stay on the road for 24 hours. We don't want this. We can have a system, the minute an accident occurs, we can free the road. That's very important. But half the accidents that happen are because of these stationary problems that have had the accident. That's one. Second, improve the licensing system. Yes, improve that, take the corruption out. People go and get the test, they get proper tests, they get proper license. All of us feel safer, you do a better job. And then assist you to get more and more equipment to work with. The government can do that. A government that is interested in helping develop the car industry can do that. We can be giving credit. It began under before. We will make it much better and stronger this time. So even the young man who wants to set out can do this higher purchase thing with car to be able to have the pool of cars. And there are a series of measures that we can take to improve the conditions of driving. But I'm prepared to work with you.
an aspiring presidential candidate in our midst. This is all what we want for the nation. The president for the people and the people for the president. We want this type of relationship. As Ghana being a most peaceful country in Africa, we precised. We want to set a good record. The year 2012 is going to be a year of recognition. For the whole world to see that Ghana is mature in politics. I wish you all the best. All the best.
Other main thing that is in my heart and in my head, the measures we have to take to make sure the young people in Ghana get jobs to do so that they can also live lives of dignity and be able to support their families.
Thank you. Thank you.
Volta region has been going one way.
Yes.
For a long time. Every time they vote one way, one way, one way.
Now we have changed. We changed.
I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that. Let us try another way.
Yes.
We've gone NDC for a long time. Let us try NPP.
Yes.
What NPP can do for the Volta region. I have no doubt in my mind You give us a try, we will not disappoint you. And I don't come here to try and deceive you and tell you things that I'm not going to be able to do. I'll never do that. I will never, ever do that. I'm also not coming into power. I'm not seeking office in Ghana to get myself a big stomach and put a lot of money in my pocket. So we are here that this famous man, whose name is all over the country, is your constituent. Is your but I'm sure the money, none of it has come here. I hear is from this area.
Yes.
Those are the things we don't want to see in this country happen. And I want to assure you that in the Akufo-Addo presidency, things like that will not happen when Akufo-Addo is president of our country. It will not happen. So these are the reasons why I came. Give you a little bit about our program, to call for your support, and to also insist that very soon the registration exercise of voters is going to take place. Please, everybody who's entitled to vote, when the time comes, don't forget to go and register. You don't register and the time comes for the vote, they'll not allow you to vote. And today in Ghana, we will call it Kokomoti. That is the power in Ghana today. Kokomoti, the thumb. That is the power. That is what brings good government, and that's what brings bad government.
We call it Deglebetu.
No, what is it? Deglebetu power. Deglebetu power. That is what it is today.
Deglebetu power. Deglebetu power. That is what is at stake in Ghana. Yes.
So, yeah, you have seen it for yourself. The people have been hungry for a leader. You know, incidentally, during the 2008 electionary campaign, at times, our president was unable to campaign the Volta region.
Even in 2008?
Yes, it was our old brother J.J. Rawlings who was doing the campaign for him in the region. And the only time that he came to the region was about a year ago, just to cut the sword and went back. During his working visits, he was not in the region. There are, presidential primaries. He was unable to come. You know, they have taken the region for granted for so long.
That's right.
And the people are going to tell them that, we are also discerning. We cannot always go one way. At the end of the day, it's development that we want.
Yes.
The people of the Volta region, just like any other Ghanaian, goes to the same market.
Yes.
We operate under the same policy.
That's right.
When you increase fuel, the Volta region is not exempted.
No.
When you increase school fees, Volta region is not exempted.
No.
So we are all, suffering under this system. So the people are really hungry for, a leader, some transformational change.
That's right.
But the point is that the Eastern Corridor Road, we are not talking about the Eastern Corridor Road just because it was promised.
No.
Most of the food that we get, particularly our yam, comes from the northern part of the region.
Which is connected, that is the top half of the Eastern Corridor.
Of the Eastern Corridor. So it's been of, great concern to the people of the region.
Okay.
Our women struggle to go and bring food from the north. And if you know the toil they go through, particularly during the rainy season, you will pity them. However, when Kufuor's administration came, the MPP government, we started tackling the Eastern Corridor Road. The Eastern Corridor Road is now being, packaged as if it's a new thing. The MPP has started the Eastern Corridor Road. We have at least done between KJB and Pepesu. First-class road. All our people needed to do was to continue from Pepesu towards Nkwanta and Pasa. Not even a kilometer has been added to where we ended, where we stopped before they came. Really? That is the fact. Between Have and Hohwe had been done.